starting. Oh wait, let me give your guitar back. See, I'm ready to take off with it. Nice. Hey, we're on. Slid back into frame here. Today we are doing our practice speeches for the informational speech. So we're going to learn about things from you all today. And it looks like it's going to be David, and then Kelsey, Cooper, Elena, Corey, Kim, Chia, Bailey, and Josiah. Where's he today? He's not here yet. Okay, so that's the way it's going to go. Well, David, come on up here and let's get going. Close this door. Hold on a second. Don't take off yet. All right, let me get situated here. Okay, you're on.
All right, I'm here to talk about MMA, why it's a great sport to do, and starting out, it humbles you and gives you confidence. So now, people think you're hot stuff, but then you start MMA and they humble you. You know, you get your butt kicked, and it's a hard thing to do every day. So it makes you stronger, and it not only does that help you out, but it also makes you know that you're not as big as you think you are. So it teaches you there's always a bigger fish, and it gives you a relentless mentality. So one thing that does help out is self-defense. That's my second point. And not only does it help with self-defense, but it also helps you know to avoid situations. Now, the first step to self-defense is to just back out, walk away. But if it comes down to it, you know how to defend yourself. And, yeah, walk away. There's a little tip I can give you guys for self-defense situations, is just to walk away, put your hands up, take 3 steps back, make sure people are recording, and now you're free to do whatever you want. So, third, the community is very friendly, very supportive. So if you new, they can help you out to learn. They're not gonna try to kill you, and they love new people because it's great for people to do it. So yeah, you're welcome to guys try it out. Find a gym nearby, and yeah. So there's a quote by Gable Stevenson, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He said, "Once you wrestled, everything in life is easy after that," and it means a lot to me because I wrestled in high school. So really, it makes your life a lot easier. Everything seems a lot less than it actually is. Yeah, I encourage you guys to try it out. It's awesome. You get to hit people, you get to punch people, and it's great. It's a great sport to do. And thank you.
Okay, well, hold on. You're supposed to say, any questions?
Oh, any questions, guys?
How'd you get started?
Huh?
How'd you get started in this?
Oh, I said, me?
Yeah.
Like in MMA?
Yeah.
I started wrestling in high school, and my friend got me into MMA, and I haven't stopped since. This is a sparring glove. You use it for sparring. The competition gloves are a lot thinner. They're made to protect you from getting cut. You still take a lot of brain damage, but these are great. You can still move your fingers and do submissions and stuff. But yeah, anything else?
Now, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Okay, very good. You got some things to work on, but that was solid. Okay, Kelsey's next.
Hi guys. What if I told you that my basketball team was the national champion in our league in 2021, and we also went undefeated that entire season? Now, a lot of people would think, wow, that's really cool. You must be really good. Well, I was actually like 13 years old and I was a bench player, and I only played maybe a couple minutes in a couple of those games. But that was over 4 years ago, and so much has changed since then. And I would like to talk to you about that today. I grew up watching my brother play basketball ever since I can remember. I don't remember a time that I wasn't in a gym watching him practice or play a game. And he truly inspired me to join basketball and try it out for myself. Although I was more in it for the friendship and like fellowship stuff. So about 5 years after he joined, I decided that I was going to try it out too. But I didn't want to do it alone, so I dragged one of my friends along with me to do it as well. Okay, the main points I have that I'm going to talk to you guys about today is the growth I gained through the sport of basketball, basketball being more than just a sport to me, and then I'm also going to talk about this basketball right here and why it means so much to me. Like I said before, I truly only joined basketball because I wanted to make more friends. But the skills I gained through this sport are way more than just playing basketball itself. Of course, I got better at shooting the ball and dribbling and everything, but I also gained a lot of confidence in my abilities on and off the court. I learned discipline and how to keep pushing even when times got hard. And I also learned a lot about emotional toughness because I tend to be a crybaby sometimes, but this really pushed me to just keep going past my feelings and emotion and keep trying to do my best despite how I'm feeling. There have been many times that I wanted to quit because things got hard, but there's been so many people in my life that would bring me back to it. And I'm really thankful they did because it's something that I truly love. Friendship is the main reason I started playing basketball in the first place, and I had a couple friends here and there, but I wanted to expand that list a little bit, and it ended up being amazing. I mentioned that I dragged somebody along with me when I first started, and we're still best friends. We did the entire thing together, and we even just graduated this past May together. A lot of people from my team are like family to me. The amount of time you spend in the gym with them is amazing. I don't know what I would do without each and every one of them, including my coaches, who still keep in contact with me, and they still try and get together and have like group activities together and keep that connection. Basketball is 100% without a doubt more than just a game to me. And finally, I'm going to be discussing this basketball right here. I earned this basketball this past February. I reached my 500-point goal in my high school basketball career. That might seem like a big number to some people, and also might seem like rookie numbers to some people who are way better at basketball than me. But this, for one, means a lot to me because of where I came from. I started off not knowing anything about basketball, and now it's one of my passions. I love it so much. Eventually, I became a starter on my team. I became one of the lead scorers, and I even became a leader on the team over the career I had. Starting out as an 11-year-old girl who was super shy and not good at all, and seeing now that all I'd been able to accomplish is really amazing to look back on. It's really inspiring. And all the people who poured into my life during this time, it's truly overwhelming to me. This basketball was presented to me by my coach at our end of the year banquet. It has my name on it right here. It has how many points that I scored over my high school basketball career, has the team I played for, and the exact day that I earned 500 points. And it will always serve as a reminder to me of all the time and effort that was not a waste, that I can do hard things, and that if at first you don't succeed, you just keep trying because it's so worth it. And I learned also many more valuable lessons, but those are just some I'm going to talk about today. And in conclusion, I truly don't know where I would be if it was not for this sport and for the people that God put in my life through it. It has truly been a roller coaster of a ride, and I don't like roller coasters at all, but this one was really fun. I really enjoyed this one. And my encouragement to you guys is to not give up when something is hard, whenever you may not be good at something, because there are so many trials we all will have to face in our lives, but you might never know what is on the other side if you do not keep going. Life is what you make of it. You can choose to focus on the hard things and maybe give up, or you can press on looking forward to greater things. So keep going and make it great. Do you guys have any questions today?
How do you see basketball in your life in the future?
In the future? I'm always going to continue to play it. I'm going to teach it to my children one day. Whenever I have children, I'm going to play with my friends. Like I told you before, I have my boyfriend and his friends that I like to play with all the time. And it's something I like to keep up. Even my roommate, she's not like into it as much, but I'm trying to get her to play with me as well. I just like sharing it with people. So yeah. Anybody else today? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Cooper is up next.
Good morning, guys. My name is Cooper. Today I brought a leather glove that I used throughout high school. And to some of you guys, it's just a piece of leather with strings on it, but to me, it means so much more. Through long practices, early mornings, blood, sweat, and tears have been poured into that glove. Whether it's on the foul line when coach is running us when he's not happy, or regional championships when we're dogpiling on the field. Baseball was introduced to me by my dad when I was about 4 years old. I was kind of looking for a sport to do. I just felt like it was something that was kind of a necessity at that point. My dad was always big into sports. So he went to Walmart one day and he bought a tee and a couple of balls, and he got me a bat. And ever since that day, I just completely fell in love with the sport. I still remember the first time I stepped onto the baseball field. Glove too big for my hand, heart racing, not a clue what I was doing, but somehow I knew I belonged. My favorite memory or game was my junior year of high school about 2 years ago. We were playing our town rival in the regional championship. Have you guys heard of Sand Springs before? So Sand Springs and Spolpa are massive rivals. I don't know if you guys knew that, but we were playing them in Bartlesville. And it was a super heated game, two high-ranked teams, and it took a lot of grit to get through that game. We ended up winning that game. But the reason why baseball's been such a big part of my life through challenges. My parents don't anymore, for the blessing of God, but when I was younger, they used to argue a little bit. And I would go in my backyard, and we had a batting cage set up, and I just hit for hours and hours and hours and take all my anger out on that. And it shaped me into the person I am today. And I was very blessed to have coaches who cared about my well-being and who held me accountable every day, and it kind of shaped me into a young man. We had an old grass field. So I didn't have classes. I was virtual after lunch, so I would go to the baseball field and help them, whether it was chalk lines or rake dirt or do any of that good stuff. So it kind of let me not take what I had for granted and also give that back to the program as well. Teamwork and communication were always big for me. Understanding roles and supporting teammates, listening and leading. I was very blessed with a team who didn't have really one leader, but everybody was able to buy in. My coaches were just absolutely phenomenal. But baseball has been more to a game. It's been a teacher, a passion, and a part of who I am. Thank you guys so much.
Hold
Do you
on.
guys have any questions?
There you go. What position did you play?
I was a closing pitcher,
Okay.
sir.
And is that a stressful situation? How do you feel
Yeah.
about
So
that?
I kind of skipped over that paragraph, but closing pitcher is one of the most stressful in baseball. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but when the game's on the line, you got to go in the last inning and try to shut it down, and that made me very tough. I remember going in my junior year, first game that I'd ever pitched at the high school level, and going against a really good team, and I had to go in and close that out. And raise your hand if you guys have been to a high school baseball game before. Yeah, so the atmosphere is crazy. I mean, people screaming crazy stuff at you in the stands, and you just kind of have to tone it out and do your job. So closing pitcher is probably one of the most difficult things to do in all of sports, and just focus on that. But it kind of shaped me into being tougher, and it really made me fall in love with the game, being able to kind of use that stuff as fuel onto the field. But thank you, guys.
All right. Okay, Elena is up next.
Can you do the desk cam?
Can you put the desk cam on for her? There you go. Get there. There you go.
So, good morning, everyone. So, did you know that over 2 billion cups of coffee are consumed every day worldwide? And most people don't know that what happened to the beans before they reach their cup. So, today I will share you the journey of coffee from a farm to your mug. This topic is special to me because I grew up in Bảo Lộc City in Vietnam, which is a place really famous for coffee. And my family even owns a coffee farm, so I've seen firsthand how coffee is processed and harvested. So in this speech, I will cover three main stages of coffee processing: harvesting the coffee cherries, processing the beans, and the third one is roasting them for brewing. First, harvesting the coffee cherries. So coffee begins as a fruit that's called coffee cherries. On farm, like my family, the cherries grow on trees and are picked once they are fully ripe. So in Bảo Lộc, the harvest season always falls in November when the cherries turn bright red. So farmers use the machine, but in my hometown, most harvesting is still done by hand because picking unripe fruit can negatively affect the flavor. So this stage may look simple, but it's actually very important. Without good cherries, you cannot make good coffee. The second one is processing the beans. Once harvested, the cherries can't just sit around. They must be processed quickly or they will spoil. Processing is how the farmer remove the fruit and prepare the beans for drying. There are three main methods: wash process, natural process, and honey process. In the wash process, the fruit is removed and the beans are fermented and rinsed, which gives a clean, bright flavor. In the natural process, the cherries are dried with the fruit still on, which gives a beans a sweeter and fruitier taste. And the third one is honey processed. In the honey process, which is somewhere in between, some of fruit is left on during drying, giving the coffee a balanced flavor. This step of processing is one of the biggest reasons why the coffee taste so different depending on where they come from. Finally is roasting the beans. After drying, the beans are still green, grassy smelling and hard, so they don't look like coffee at all. Roasting is where the real transformation happens. The beans are heated in a large roaster at temperature up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. As they roast, they change the color from green to yellow to brown, releasing oils and aromas. A light roast keeps more of the beans' natural acidity and fruity note. A medium roast balances acidity and body, and this is the popular worldwide. A dark roast emphasizes bold, smoky flavor and often with a heavier body. In Vietnam, darker roasts are popular. So this is the coffee from our farm. This stage of roasting is not just a science, but also an art. The roaster timing and skill can completely change the flavor of the coffee. So from harvesting to processing to roasting, each stage plays a major role in shaping the final cup. So coffee is not more than just a drink. It's a result of hard work and traditional that begins on farms like the one my family owns in Bảo Lộc City. Today I explained the three main stages of coffee processing: harvesting, processing, and roasting. So the next time you take a sip of coffee, I hope you will taste more than just coffee. You will taste the story of how it came to be, and maybe, just maybe, the taste will be a little richer. So, do you have any question?
How did you get the coffee here from your farm? Did you bring it with you?
Yeah, I brought it with because I came back to Vietnam this summer, so I brought it with me.
No problems in customs? They just say, okay, that's your coffee, bring it through?
Sorry?
No problem. You just brought your coffee through, you didn't have any troubles with that at all? Okay.
Yes.
Elena, I have another request for you. I'd like for you to do your conclusion, just what you just did for us, in Vietnamese. Speak to us in Vietnamese in the last little part of your conclusion there.
Oh, okay.
I want to hear how you talk just normally.
In Vietnamese. So, cà phê là một thức uống rất là phổ biến ở Việt Nam và đây là giống như một điều mà truyền thống và là rất là công sức của những người nông dân đã làm nên cà phê. Nó không phải là một thức uống bình thường mà nó là cả một câu chuyện ở đằng sau đó. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. I really like to hear a person who has first language and speaks the second language really well. I like to hear you in their first language just to hear the rhythm of that speech and kind of how you're speaking normally in your first language. That was very good. Okay, I think Corey is next here.
Right? Okay. Knowledge is dangerous. Once you know something, you can't get rid of it. You must carry it with you always. Hi, my name is Corey, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about why reading books is important, but more specifically about reading books that contain or revolve around a dystopian society is important. Well, first off, what is a dystopian society? A dystopian society is a world primarily made up of people where every aspect of their life is controlled. This kind of society has a sufficient amount of suffering, lack of personal freedom, injustice, loss of individuality, and a lot of terror due to oppressive control. Now, this kind of society can not only be found in books, but it can also be found in movies such as The Hunger Games, Divergent, The Matrix, Pleasantville, and as well as TV shows such as The Twilight Zone. And the more that you learn about this kind of society and how it lives in movies, books, and TV shows, you can also see how it applies to the world that we live in today. You can see how it applies in the world that we live in today. Now, I have read many books throughout my entire life, but I was not introduced to this kind of reading until I hit my freshman year of college. And that is when I was introduced to Fahrenheit 451. Now, I know this book has been mentioned a few times in class and has some of you may have also read it yourself, but I brought this book today to talk about it because it does contain a dystopian society, and it does talk about the terrors of what happens if you simply own or read a book. And to give a small rundown of Fahrenheit 451, if some of you have not read it, and just to give a small brief about it, firemen are supposed to burn books, more so because they are not allowed in the society that they live in. Well, why do they burn books? Why don't they want people to read them? Well, books contain knowledge, they contain information, and these are the things that they don't want people to know about at all. And if you are caught with some of these books, then they are supposed to pretty much burn them and destroy their existence. So there is a part in the book specifically that I wanted to go more into detail about, where that is portrayed in the book, as well as in the movies. There is a 1960-something version, as well as a 2018 version with Michael B. Jordan in it as well. And in this scene specifically, they go into a woman's home where they find hundreds of books. Well, books in this society is not allowed. So they end up being determined to destroy all these books and destroying their existence. Well, the woman ends up not wanting to leave her books and ends up setting the books on fire, as well as herself, and ends up dying in the house and ends up being caught on fire, and she dies. and she does. I completely forgot. Anyway, she ends up dying. So a lot of that may seem extreme, and it's really just an extreme topic to talk about, but I feel like that kind of scene is really something that can be a conversation to get people talking about. It's a conversation to get people talking about as to what is actually contained in books and why people want to read them so much, and why people want to read them so much. So overall, why I chose to talk about reading books that contain a dystopian society is because I personally have a passion and a big interest for learning about human conditions in a dystopian society, as well as learning and reading over things that are more on the uncomfortable side that people don't really want to talk about. And learning about dystopian society really changed my perspective on a lot of things, how I viewed my life, how I viewed the people around me and the society around me, and things like that. But overall, if you are a person with different views, opinions, beliefs, or even dreams, it doesn't mean to go down a path of life where you surround yourself by people who want you to be someone who you are not. Any questions?
I think that's a really dramatic scene that you've pointed out there in Fahrenheit 451. Can you think of another scene in there that really stuck with you?
In the movie or the book, they're all kind of
A little bit different? What's another scene that really hit you?
Besides that one, I want to go into the movie aspect of it. More so, the 2018 version is when I don't know. You said you read this book before, correct? Okay. Well, it was like Beatty and Montag is what their names were, and they're in like this realm at the bottom, and they're informing all these children as they're growing up that they're not allowed to read books, that they're not allowed to know anything at all. And then as they grow up, if they see a book, they're meant to destroy it. So they're training all of these kids and everything to destroy books. And like once they leave this realm, they're meant to go out and do that.
That's a powerful scene. Okay. Well, thank you. Wait, you're supposed to say thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, good job. Kim is up next. I see you brought your rice cooker. Did you bring enough for everyone? I'm just kidding. Go on up there.
So, some people cannot live without their phone or laptop, but for me, it's my rice cooker. So, it might look like just a small kitchen appliance, but for me, it means much more. I can say that the very first food I ate when I started to form the perception is something made from rice cooker, and this is rice. Yep, and this rice cooker is so convenient. It helps me take care of myself when I come here to the US, and it also represents a tradition in my culture. And the first one, the rice cooker, is one of the most convenient things I own. With just one button, I can make the full pot of rice. And it's not just for rice, it can be cooked a lot of food like soup, chicken, beef, steamed vegetables, and even boiled eggs. Like all I need is just season the ingredients, put in the pot, set the time, click the button, and it's done. It's really easy to make. And in the time I'm waiting, I can do my homework and other things. And when I cook it, it never fails. And it just fails when I season the food badly. The next thing is the rice cooker really saved my life when I came here to the US. Like I remember the first time I tried the food here, I just couldn't eat it. And this really saved my life. Like I can cook my own food, and But now I'm getting used to the food here, so I'm not depend much as before. So it's always still here for me when I need a taste of home. And finally, the rice cooker also represents a tradition in my culture. In Vietnam, rice is more than food. It's like a symbol of family and care. Almost every meal is centered around rice, and sharing rice means sharing love. The rice cooker is maybe a modern tool, but it carries the same tradition. Every Vietnamese family owns one, and is always there in the kitchen, bringing people together. And the rice cooker has been an important part of my life. It's convenient, it helps me when I have struggled with food, and it represents family and tradition in Vietnamese family. For me, it's not just about cooking. It's helped me get through challenges, and it keeps me connected to home when I miss my family. And maybe for you, it's a reminder that even the ordinary things in our daily lives can carry a deeper meaning. Sometimes we don't notice that meaning. Sometimes we don't notice that meaning until we don't have it anymore. So, does anyone have any question?
Would you consider that a deluxe rice cooker? Oh, no, go ahead, David. Sorry, I'm just.
What kind of condiments do you like on your rice?
The
Like, do you put any condiments on it?
convenience.
Like spices.
Oh, in the US.
Yeah, like what do you like to put on the rice? Like to give it flavor.
No, I'm not put on.
You don't put anything on it?
Yeah, I'm not put
Salt?
on rice. No, when I cook already and I put sauce in there, I'm not cook with rice.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I make it white and it's just like I'm kind of getting.
Yeah,
Plain.
some country like Thailand we put some spice something on the rice.
Thank you.
What's your favorite kind of rice to put in the rice cooker?
Just the white rice.
Just the white rice, you don't like to branch
That's the
out?
perfect one.
Okay.
I had a question, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, the rice cooker itself, is that like a kind of general one? Is it a deluxe one?
I just bought in the Walmart, so
Okay,
I think that's the general one.
okay,
Yep.
good. Okay, and Kim, I'm gonna ask you to do the same thing I asked Elena to do. Talk to us a little bit in Vietnamese, just your conclusion there about the rice cooker.
Okay. And đôi khi với các bạn thì nó là một lời nhắc nhở rằng cho dù là một thứ nhỏ trong cuộc sống nhưng mà nó có thể mang một ý nghĩa rất lớn chỉ khi mà mình không bao giờ nhận ra được ý nghĩa của nó, chỉ khi mà mình đã đánh mất nó thì mình mới nhận ra ý nghĩa của nó được.
All right, thank you very much. So say thank you and come over there.
Thank you everyone.
Yeah. Very good. And up next is Chia.
Okay, I'm here to talk about music and how it impacts our life. How I started to even like music was when I was really little. The only reason why I even know how to speak was through music, which my culture, we have like a Hmong dancing thing, so we have like DVDs and it has people dancing and singing, and we just my dad and them would put it on, and then I would just like learn how to speak through that. And well, obviously it was Hmong music, so I just learned Hmong through that. But as I grew up, I listened to more like English music, and I just stopped how to I just like slowly stopped knowing how to speak my own language. But then like overall I still listen to my Hmong music. So but anyways, we all blast music in our car. Like I blast music in my car today when I was driving here. And I also play we also play emotional music, whenever we're sad, or we just sing in the shower. Anyways, music has a way to change our mood depending on what is being played. Music usually affects our emotions more than we realize, like when we hear a slow breakup song compared to a more hype, upbeat, energetic pop song. Anyways, I listen to music whenever I'm studying or, just driving to school. But anyways, the crazy part is music is always shaping how we feel, even though we don't think about it too much. Music impacts our brain, emotions, and our everyday lives. Okay, so when you listen to music, your brain literally reacts. It's kind of like a dopamine. It makes you feel really happy, kind of like when you're doing something you really like, or you're just eating your favorite food. So for me, whenever my favorite music comes on, I get really happy, and because I know the lyrics and everything. It depends on. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. But anyways, it's kind of like a caffeine boost, cause like it's very energetic. And also like I feel like whenever you go to like work out, which I have a friend who goes and work out, he will like put on his gym playlist. So I guess you have like a different playlist for everything. But it helps you a lot. It makes your brain thinks like how do I put this? So like from what he told me, when he goes to the gym, he puts on a really fast beat type of music, which helps him feel more strong. I don't know. But the next thing is that it helps with our emotions. Like whenever you're sad, you want to listen to a sad music. Whenever you're happy, you want to listen to a happy music. And whenever you just another example is like whenever you're out with your friends, you will want to listen to like a type of music that everyone likes, and you would put on something that you guys all know. So whenever I go out with my friends, we put on like what they like is musical music, and I like a whole different type of music from that. But we usually just put it together to where like we all feel like some sort of happy emotions together. And also kind of like when I'm studying, I put on classical music because it helps me. It helps me focus more, like instead of the words and everything, it's more like instrumental. But how it works in our daily lives is that, studying or just driving or any of that. Also, whenever you go into like a store or anything, you also feel like if there's no music, it's gonna be really awkward. So it's best to put music on. People make playlists for all types of anything. Like playlists like work playlists, study playlists, party, sad, or anything else. I think what I'm gonna show you guys is my Spotify playlist. So kind of like personal, but like it's okay. It'll be down here.
Camera. There we go.
Okay, so for the first one, that's what I listen to, which is like my almost everyday playlist. And then this playlist, I play with my dad in them because no cuss words, nothing, anything like that. And in the April 2025, it's the playlist that I'm currently listening to, which is the songs that I listen to every single day. And then my like playlist is literally just everything. And then for this one, it's just whenever I'm out and I'm on aux, and I have to be the one who put on every single music. And obviously, there's other sad instrumental, and there's a Hmong playlist. It doesn't have a lot. It's really down there. So because I don't really listen to Hmong music that much, but yeah, overall, music isn't just background music to us, and it affects our brain and emotions and daily lives. From releasing dopamine to make us feel good, and helping us process our emotions to giving us the best soundtrack of our life while studying, driving, or hanging out with our friends, because it's always with us. But yeah, that's it. Any question?
What's one of your favorite artists?
I listen to Ariana Grande and SZA and I listen to all type of music, whatever is popular at the moment. So the people that I'm currently listening to is those two and a little bit of like Kendrick Lamar, and that's it.
All right.
Any more?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, very good. And finally, it's Bailey. Where's her visual? Where's her visual? And then you brought it out. So that's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, good, thank you. Yeah, should have just enough time to get Bailey in here.
Have you ever thought about what it would be like to play your own kind of music? Hello everyone, my name is Bailey Williams, and as you can see, I play the guitar. I've been playing for about 3 years now, and it's been one of the biggest parts of my life so far. I want to share with you how I first got into guitar, how it's changed my life for the better, and some struggles that I faced along the way. My guitar journey didn't start with a new guitar. The guitar I started with was old and had rusted strings. And it was found in the back of my dad's shop. When I first tried to play it, it was really hard. I spent hours trying and eventually gave up. But as I was talking about it to my dad, he told me that it just takes time and you don't stop until you truly try. From that moment on, I decided I was really going to learn. Learning guitar has done more than just teach me chords. It has helped me in ways that I didn't expect. One of the biggest is with my anxiety. My guitar became my safe space. It became the way that I would go home and relax after a stressful day. It also changed the way I look at music. Before guitar, I played piano and violin and, never found really anything interesting about them. It kind of made me look at instruments in a different way. I didn't want to play them. But once I found my guitar, I, really started practicing learning into it, and it just became one of the things that I love. Of course, learning guitar hasn't been without struggles. One really frustrating thing is that I can't keep long nails. Every guitarist knows you have to build calluses on your fingers, and that means saying goodbye to long nails and hello to burning fingers. After trying to build those calluses back up every time that I get nails and lose them, it's really hard. But each time, those new calluses showed new progress. Through all of this, guitar has taught me resilience and reminded me that small sacrifices are worth it when you love something. The guitar has shaped who I am in more ways than one, and in more ways than I can explain. It's taught me persistence and gave me confidence and became a way to express myself when words weren't enough. Here's what I want to leave you with. You don't need a perfect beginning to start something meaningful. I didn't start with a new guitar. I started with an old rusty one. What matters isn't where you start, but that you keep going. Are there any questions?
What's your favorite chord?
Probably the D chord.
The D chord, okay.
Yeah, and it's just because, it's in a lot of songs. So, once you learn that one, you can really play pretty much any song.
You do a lot with
Yes,
it.
yeah.
Good. Anybody else have a question?
Did you ever take lessons or did you teach yourself?
No, I taught myself. It's just kind of been one of those, I took piano lessons and violin lessons, and, going through those, it got boring, and I kind of got tired of it. So with guitar, I figured I'd kind of go at my own pace, which has really helped with, my progression and everything, because, it's not something that I have to focus on and be strict about with myself. I can just play it whenever I'm bored, I'm stressed, I'm tired, whatever like that, and it'll kind of bring my mood up, so.
What's your favorite song you like to play on guitar?
Probably Feathered Indians, Tyler Childers. That one is one of my favorites, and it's mostly, because you get to hammer on the chords or whatever. Unfortunately, right now, I can't play. I've got my nails on. I've got, I had sorority initiation, or I'm about to go to, so had to get the nails all pretty for that, but.
Good. Anybody else? We'll strum one chord for us just so we can hear the sound.
Oh, I'll try. We'll see. Oh, I don't know that I can actually make it pretty. Nope. And the nails kind of mute all the other strings, but okay. So, whatever your guitar might be, whether it's art, sports, writing, or anything you dream of, don't give up when it feels hard. Stick with it, be patient, and let it change your life the way music changed mine. Thank you.
All right. Yay! Good job, everybody. And everybody has something they can work on to improve on next week when we do another version of this, a little more final version. Let's see, we have just a few minutes left here. Let me make some global statements. I liked how some of you went from local to global. So you talked about your particular passion and the object that you had, and then you talked about how it has a broader context and a broader application. So I thought that that was good. One thing that most of you can work on is your uhs or ums, some more than others. I won't announce the champion today because I don't want to like make fun of anybody, because it's really how we are as we're developing as speakers. And it takes a while to get used to silence, letting there be a little space. I thought Corey did a good job when she lost her place a couple times and it just took a moment. But did you notice it was almost a little uncomfortable because we're not sure quite what's going to happen next? It's okay. She regathered herself and took off. And so I thought that that was good. One thing that a lot of you are doing, and I know a lot of people talk this way, is saying guys. You guys. You guys. Guys, guys. Typically, we think guys as a male as opposed to a female. But now, in contemporary society, guys tends to mean everybody. You all, right? So you want to be cautious about that going forward. One thing I will say about and I thought it was really interesting with both Elena and Kim, because I'm back here more or less counting ums. Okay, so every time somebody says I have like a little check mark because I'm keeping track of it. It's like a scoreboard. Well, even Elena and Kim, when they were speaking their first language, both said a couple times in between. So it shows you it's not just an English language thing, it's a human thing to put a little filler in your language while you're speaking. I thought, and I'm not gonna, you'll see the comments that I've made for everybody, I have a minute and a half, okay? Your hands. I want you to get a little better at your hands. And what's funny is a couple of you are a little smaller, and so when you're standing up here, I'm back there going, oh, you should be moving your hands. But then I look on the screen up here and I can see your hands moving. But if you're shorter and you're behind this podium, we can't see your hands at all. So that's the point where you might bring them up a little bit in front of you. And remember this little power zone that you have here for your hand use. I also liked how several of you regathered yourself, and I thought Corey did a good job of that. Make sure that you're not just looking at me when you're up here talking. Talk to everybody. What I would also say is make sure you go back and review this video so you can see yourself and listen to yourself and see how my critique goes along with what you're doing. But overall, I liked it. I liked all of the presentations. Some of you are, I don't know if it's nerves or what, you're a little hand-wringy up here. So you're doing this, and I think it was, maybe it was Kelsey. You were popping your knuckles up here. So let's not, and Cooper, you did the same thing. So let's not pop our knuckles while we're live on television, okay? Yeah, you'll see on the video. Okay, we'll be back on Wednesday with the next round of speeches. So thanks for being here, and we'll talk to you all later. And pass these out to you all.